What is going on, y'all? And today we are going to be playing beamng.drive while talking about GTA. And if you are interested in any of the mod information for the map, the vehicle, the wheels, the tires, all that good stuff, all of those links and relevant information will be available in the description box down below in case you also play beamng.drive and want to know how you can get your hands on this stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic I wanted to talk about today, which is GTA 6 and a couple of the other, sort of relevant things around GTA 6 and the future of GTA, really, because I played a ton of GTA, especially on my channel, for a very long time. As a matter of fact, it was one of my staple games on the channel for a very long time. And then I stopped playing it. And GTA got to a point for me where it went from being a game that I really, really enjoyed to a game that I kind of enjoyed to a game that became astronomically frustrating, and then it was almost like one of those things where I was like, oh my god, I don't even want to play this game anymore. And I want to talk about why that happened, and I also want to talk about why I am cautiously optimistic about GTA 6, especially after hearing that they may potentially be working with the creators of FiveM to include a more, wow, I keep stalling this thing out. I'm trying to like crawl with no throttle in low range, but don't worry about it. Now, there is potential, rumors and stuff floating around that they could be working with some of the people behind FiveM to bring a more role-play-focused dynamic to the official component of GTA 6. Because, for one, I think that would be amazing, and I also think that makes a lot of sense because, you know, FiveM has become so huge, especially on YouTube, that if you watch any gaming content on YouTube, you can't really open up the YouTube platform without being recommended at least one or two FiveM videos. So it makes a lot of sense for them to actually look into incorporating some of the aspects of FiveM into the future of GTA. Now, another thing in regards to GTA 6, though, is that I find myself being a lot more interested in the more personal side of GTA. And when I say personal, I mean in the side of, like, you know, creating your own character and then creating more of a life environment around that character. So, you know, your vehicles, your experiences, things like that. But I find that, for me anyway, the elements of GTA that revolve around, you know, oh my god, you know, RPG go into car and car go boom, like that has, like, I'm not saying it's not fun, but it has lost a little bit of its appeal for me over time because, you know, I get that there's definitely a market for that within the game's player base, but at the same time, for me, I have found that over time I've become a little bit less interested in the, like, wow, explosions type gameplay, and I think that part of the reason why I stopped playing GTA 5 as regularly was because I found that in anything other than a private server with friends, I would literally just be trying to do day-to-day tasks within the game and would just instantly get blown up. And I know that there are people out there that are going to say, well, you obviously didn't have this, you know, setting turned on or this setting turned on. And I'm sure, you know what I mean? I get that. But it went a little bit further than that with the kind of just the feeling of the overall dynamic of the game. It just felt like there was not a lot that you could do outside of, like, joining very specific RP servers if you wanted to play the game in a way that wasn't, I just want to blow things up 24/7. Now, another dynamic that I missed that log. I missed that catastrophically. Another dynamic that I wasn't the biggest fan of in GTA 5 was how incredibly dependent the experience became on, you know, constantly buying shark cards and constantly, you know, sort of playing into the GTA Online system. And I know a lot of people have made videos on the problems and problematic nature of the GTA Online system. And, you know, you can watch a million videos that go into more depth on that than I can, so I'm not going to harp on that. But what I will say is that it eventually got to it eventually got to the point for me to where I was just kind of like, this isn't really all that fun anymore. And I knew I had to take a step back from GTA when I genuinely felt like I was having to make myself play it. And I feel like if you ever get to a point with a game where you feel like you're genuinely having to make yourself play it, and you're like, wow, I really am having to make myself play this game, and if I wasn't going to be doing something very specific within this game, I wouldn't be playing it anyway. And once I got to that point with it, I was like, okay, I need to make some adjustments here. And so I did. I stopped playing GTA and haven't played GTA in a really long time. And I still get requests for GTA content to this day. I get requests for GTA content. I get requests for 5M content. And 5M, I'm a lot more inclined to dive into than I am into, vanilla GTA, because vanilla GTA kind of just lost its appeal to me, because I was like, oh, wow, they're gonna, release another, like, halfway real world resembling car, and cool, we're gonna have to buy another shark card for that, and then everybody's gonna drive it for like a couple of weeks, and then people aren't gonna drive it anymore, and then they're gonna move on to whatever the next car is that, and you buy another shark card for that, and it's just whatever. And it's like, I don't know, I just did not feel like I was, especially from the aspect of just like playing the game in general, like as a player, I did not feel like I was getting a return on just enjoyment for the time that I spent playing the game. And it got to the point where, yes, there is obviously the, I'll be very real about the fact that, yes, there is obviously the job aspect of running a gaming channel like I do, but at the same time, there's also the human aspect of when a game becomes genuinely unenjoyable to play, it starts to like affect you mentally, because you're like, you don't even want to play that game anymore. Now, that's not to say that I had that experience with 5M, because I did not. Even though I haven't played 5M in a really long time, or rather played it properly for a really long time, 5M I did get a lot of genuine enjoyment out of, and it's something that I would definitely consider returning to. Only reason I haven't returned to 5M in a minute is because a lot of the servers that I used to play on really aren't all that active anymore, and either have split off into multiple different servers, or the people that staffed the servers that I used to play on have either moved on from 5M or moved on to different servers or created their own servers, and there's a lot of a lot of different options that I'm just not aware of, and I'm kind of out of the loop. Now, granted, I am fully aware that I am responsible for kind of taking myself out of that loop, and so I get it. It's something that I have to work myself back into, but it's also not something I would be opposed to doing. Now, rants about GTA 5 aside, I am very excited for GTA 6. GTA 6 is something that I will definitely play, although I don't know if I'm going to play it in the same way that I played GTA 5. And what I mean by that is GTA 5, I played it from the standpoint of, let me be as wacky and random as possible and run around the map blowing things up and haha, that's funny, and then, off you go. And, when you've been on this platform for as long as I have, you'll realize that, you go through different elements of what you want to make, what you want to film, and how you want to play games, like as a person especially. And wow, I got twisted up so much that I stalled the truck out. Okay. But it was one of those things where, I was a lot younger when GTA 5 came out. I was many years younger when GTA 5 came out. And yeah, back then, sure, it was kind of fun to be like, oh, wow, grenade go boom, and it's like, yes, that's cool, and I'm not discounting how fun that type of gameplay can be, but it kind of got a bit repetitive after a while, and my interests sort of shifted, especially in terms of the types of gameplay I enjoyed, because look at what we're doing right now, like this slow-paced crawling in beamng.drive. This would not have been anywhere near as interesting to me back then, but now I find it super interesting and super engaging, and I completely understand how, a person's interests can change over time. But again, with that out of the way, though, I will go back and clarify that I am A, very excited for GTA 6, and B, I will absolutely be buying and playing GTA 6 here on the channel. Obviously, that's a long ways ahead, but oh, I didn't give it enough throttle and we stalled it out. I was trying to take an alternate line. Come on! Not bad. Popped my fenders off, but not bad other than that. Let me go ahead and give it a quick little repair. Not bad. Truck looks good, though. I'm gonna go, I don't know, dead ahead. Let's go into third. Third, we can probably cruise a little bit. Whoa, I've never been up here. Now, let me know in the comment section down below how y'all are feeling about the future of GTA, GTA 6, GTA Online versus 5M, how you would potentially feel about the 5M creators and developers working with the GTA developers, like the official developers themselves over at Rockstar, and if you think that would be a good thing, a bad thing. Does it make you excited? Does it make you nervous? Is it something you're indifferent about? Is it something that, you know, that makes you go, oh my god, I'll definitely buy the game now? Or is it something that makes you go, I don't know, that makes me want the game less now? So it's kind of one of those things where we'll all have to figure it out as we go along, and I know that GTA is one of those sort of properties in the gaming space where obviously it's got its diehard fans that, you know, will be like, no matter what Rockstar puts out, I'm gonna buy it because it's Rockstar, because it's GTA. I will buy it because that is just what I'm going to do. This is just what I'm going to buy because I am that big of a fan of the series, and that's fine. But as far as the perspective of people that are a little bit more, not necessarily on the fence, but more in the standpoint of, I love this game and I love this series, but I'm not quite sure about the direction it's taken in the past 3, 4, 5 years. I really want to hear from y'all. Like, that is the sort of demographic that I really want to hear from, especially with the recent developments that we've heard about in regards to the future of GTA and GTA 6. And especially if it turns out to be the case that the 5M developers are working with the official developers, that could mean that we might see a, you know, officially put together roleplay dynamic on not just PC but consoles as well, which would be absolutely freaking, like, wild, because it would open up that dynamic to a totally different subset of players. But I know this video was a little bit all over the place in terms of topic, but I wanted to have a very chill, relaxed background, and that's why I chose some BeamNG trail riding. But I really wanted to focus more on the topic than on the subject matter of the video, so that's, again, why we chose the subject matter that we did. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this entire matter in the comments down below. And if you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all enjoyed.